Faiz was, of course, one of the greatest poets of his times, and I had the privilege and honor of knowing him personally. I recall, this is in my fond remembrance, that when I was in London, posted in London, Faiz Saab used to come to London and occasionally was a guest at my house. I remember one evening when he was there from the evening till almost the daybreak the next day, and he wrote poems, recited poems, and there was Abu Zafar Ubaidullah, another good friend and a member of the Arsenal Civil Service of Pakistan, who was also there. He was himself a very great poet himself, and he translated his poems into English to the great satisfaction, pleasure of all the listeners there. So I congratulate the Pakistan High Commission in Dhaka for having organized this musical evening in honor of great Faiz Ahmad Faiz. It is almost close to his birth anniversary, and we do have reasons to feel gratified to him. Faiz Ahmad Faiz, he was recommended actually twice for the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was high on the list, but I believe because he got the Lenin Peace Prize in 1957, those were the Cold War days, and perhaps he was denied this honor, maybe because of that, not due to any deficiency on his part. Faiz Saab, he came to Dhaka. He was a great sympathizer. He was a poet of humanity. And I think there are people here also who know Faiz, and I'm sorry I will not be able to recite in Urdu. I think I would falter, but there are here people are here who can do so. And I would suggest that Faiz Ahmad Faiz is a person who can build bridges among nations and be a catalyst of human harmony and amity and peace among people. It's not without reason that he was given this Lenin Peace Prize, which for some people in those days was regarded to be a real international peace prize. Now this was a poem written by him on his return from Dhaka, Bangladesh. After those many encounters, that easy intimacy, we are strangers now. After how many meetings will we be that close again? When will we again see a spring of unstained green? After how many monsoons will the blood be washed from the branches? So relentless was the end of love, so heartless. After the nights of tenderness, the dawns were pitiless, so pitiless. And so crushed was the heart that though it wished, it found no chance. After the entreaties, after the despair, for us to quarrel once again as old friends. Faiz, what you'd gone to say, ready to offer everything, even your life. Those healing words remained unspoken after all that had been said. There's another poem he wrote. Both of these poems have been translated by Agha Shahid Ali, and I understand he's a good translator. This is how my sorrow became visible in dust, piling up for years in my heart, finally reached my eyes. The bitterness now so clear that I had to listen when my friends told me to wash my eyes with blood. Everything at once was tangled in blood. Each face, each idol, red everywhere. Blood swept over the sun, washing away its gold. The moon erupted with blood, its silver extinguished. The sky promised a morning of blood, and the night wept only blood. The trees hardened into crimson pillars. All the flowers filled their eyes with blood, and every glance was an arrow, each pierced image of blood. This blood, a river crying out for martyrs, flows on the longing, and in sorrow, in rage, in love, let it flow. Should it be dammed up, there will be only hatred cloaked in colors of death. Don't let this happen, my friends. Bring all my tears back instead, a flood to purify my dust-filled eyes, to wash this blood forever from my eyes. As I said earlier, Faiz Ahmad Faiz, in my view, was one of the greatest poets, is actually one of the greatest poets of his time. I would not limit him to any area, not of South Asia or of the subcontinent, but he belongs to the world, he belongs to the humanity, and I once again congratulate and thank Pakistan High Commission for giving us this opportunity of paying our homage to Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Thank you.